Yo, what's up? It's Diamond Studded, host with the most pop politics and culture, all the way from California, even though he from AZ. We got
Yeah, yeah.
Jordan,
Yo, 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 what it is, what's good?
the only Jordan that y'all need to know besides Michael
Yep, Jordan Official. Fresh out of Chandler, Arizona. You did? What's good
Chandler.
with you, Diamond?
Hey, what's good? We missed you around here.
Man, I came back, on the flight yesterday, man. And I was like, dang, bro, I really miss it out here. It's probably like the first time I came back home, and I was like, yo, like I actually I miss the city a little bit. I miss AZ, so yeah, it's
And
a
we
good vibe.
miss and we miss artists with good music. So, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you for coming back,
yeah,
and
anytime.
thank you for checking in with us. We get a lot of music through Arizona, and some of them got it, and some of them don't. And I really enjoy having the opportunity to sit down and talk to artists who make impactful music, like catchy music, vibe
Yeah,
music, feel good music, and that can actually rap. Like no shots taken against Arizona artists, but like some of
no
y'all,
shots, no shots.
some of like what I noticed with like a lot of Arizona artists is they've stepped away from actually putting out quality product. Like a lot of them don't
Mhm.
really get their shit mixed down. They just go record it and upload it, so they lack the whole post production aspect. So
Yeah.
listening to an unfinished song is never gonna hit the way that it should hit. So like I love listening to people where they music sound good in the car and the
Right.
headphones when they actually perform it. It doesn't sound distorted out of the speakers. Like I can appreciate.
You know the time put in.
Yeah, I can appreciate those type of artists.
Yeah. Yeah, y'all need to step that shit up. Come on
So
now.
why'd you leave us?
Now I left because I felt like it was time for me to go. I had done music down here for about 3 years, so I think I got to a point where the people that are the quote unquote movers and shakers, in the state, in Phoenix, just in the city, they weren't moving at a speed that I was moving in. I was in a situation too. I didn't have a manager, but basically like a little experimental, process for like the COVID year, and that just went to shit real quick. So after that, my brother got an internship. He went to Crash. Shout out Crash, out in Arizona. A little conservatory school for like the engineers and things of that nature. So once he finished that, he had the opportunity to go to California to basically do an internship at certain studios that they was hooking him up with. So I just felt like that was the time to dip. So I went ahead and got my shit together in like a week, and then I just left, honestly. So it was a real spur of the moment thing, but it was something that I always knew I was going to have to do eventually. I just feel like there's a lot of delusion, like you were saying, just in the state. You know what I mean? Just people are at a certain level where it's just they gonna think me doing good shit, they ain't gonna, you know what I mean? Like they ain't really gonna support. Like they ain't really gonna, let me say it in the best way possible. Like they gonna take offense because I put quality into my shit. You know what I mean? Instead of like working together and connecting. Because I've always been open with working with folks out here in Arizona and things of that nature. But I just feel like, people want to be the man so fast, and people want to be that nigga of Arizona instead of like fuck all that. Honestly, like I ain't never had that vibe. You know what I mean? I just been that nigga. Like I ain't need no Arizona. I'm always that nigga. So, it was just a good opportunity to leave to kind of see where I'm at in this playing field of shit. Cause California too is also more established in the music shit. Like we're kind of young with this music shit. You know what I mean? From like the managers, from the festivals, doing shit like that. Like it feels like a minute for someone who's lived out here, but the strides we haven't made no like crazy strides and things of that nature. So I'm really just trying to get the game from a state, that you got the Snoop Dogs, you got West Coast, you got just like pioneers of this rap shit, pioneers of this music shit. All the record labels are out there, all the companies. So I'm just trying to get that game as much as possible and figure out, you know what I mean? Because that's where the real work is at. So, hopefully bring that shit down here, and also let people know you can make that jump coming from Arizona too. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, like you are is only as strong as your network, and I think a
you
lot
feel
of
me?
people are scared to get out of their comfort zones and really don't want to move away from what they know. Like familiarity, like
Right.
comfortability, will keep you stagnant. Truthfully, you see that like in everyday life, like a person who has a job and you like going to the same store over and over and over years and
Mm-hmm.
years later, and you just see the same person and they ain't became the manager, they ain't not the CEO of the company, and you
Right.
like you've been working in this call center forever and you still taking phone calls, and they like, well, it pays the bills because they know like if I work X amount of hours, I'm going to get X amount of dollars, and they've grown accustomed to the lifestyle that
Right.
job has afforded them. So I think like life is like that too. When you get accustomed to living a certain way and it's comfortable, nobody really wants to jump into the unknown. It's that fear of
Mm-hmm.
unknown. Like, am I going to make it out there? Am I going to be able to survive? Is
Right.
anybody going to listen to my music?
Yeah.
So how did you like acclimate and adjust to just jumping into something new, like you said, on the spur of the moment?
Yeah, it was tough. I ain't gonna lie. I came out there. I lost my job the day I got out there. So, shout out Carvana. But yeah, so I lost my job. I was supposed to get it all transferred out. So at first, we was just figuring out how we was about to get some income coming in. Of course, through the music and things of that nature. But you want something more stable. Of course, we're trying to make that more consistent. So shit, me and my brother started working at a Jersey Mike's, bro. I was working at food. I ain't never worked a food job ever in my life. So I was like 24, just going back. It felt like down back to like ground one. You know what I mean? Just being with like a whole bunch of high schoolers, just motherfuckers was just figuring shit out. And I'm just like, dang, but it paid the bills at the time. So I feel like it gave me a sense of humbleness. But it also like made me and my brother bond together because it was like shit. We got each other, bro. We can go anywhere. We can go to Dubai right now and figure this shit out. You know what I mean? So it gave us a certain confidence. So we did that for like 11 months. And then now we're working with the studio that's powered in with Atlantic. So, it's done like a full 180 now. I'm actually, on top of my sync licensing too. I do the publishing shit too with that. But this is just an opportunity for me to like meet people in the realm that I'm trying to reach like way more direct. You feel me? Like I don't want to meet like hella like I was in Jersey Mike's like I'd see like Dom Kennedy and like different folks. I ain't trying to meet him in that predicament type shit like that. Like I'd rather meet y'all at the stew. You know what I mean? Like shoulders relaxed. You know what I mean? You chilling and we just having like a natural flowing conversation. You know what I mean? Like so I've been able to get those types of interactions now out there in California with the new job I be at. On top of course making music, just getting out there. There's a lot of cool indie things out in California too. They got a lot of dope like open mics. You know what I mean with the community. They're really in tune with like the young crowd and they cater to the young crowd too. On top of that, it's not like a bunch of like old heads just trying to still stay relevant and things of that nature. Still trying to do what they do. They just more like the next generation. So it's been a cool transition. I ain't gonna front with you. Like it's been smooth so far. The first couple months it was a little rocky, but yeah, it's been a blessing so far now.
And touch on some things that you said, like having a regular job is humbling because like a lot of artists feel like I can't have a job, but
Hmm.
doubling this word, how are you going to pay for your music? Studio
Right,
time costs money, beats cost money,
right.
post production costs money, videos cost money. So without any income, you can't invest into yourself.
Can't
And
move.
if you're not investing into yourself, you can't expect someone to reach into their pocket and want to invest in you if you're not even spending your own money.
Right.
Like, if y'all ever watch Shark Tank, the person who usually gets to deal when they ask them how do they fund their company is the person who basically bootstrapped everything and don't have a whole bunch of loans out and a
Hmm.
bunch of creditors and a bunch of partners. They tend to take the person that took everything on themselves financially more serious because they know like if you're willing to take a risk on yourself,
Right.
then I'm willing to take a risk on you too. So just putting yourself in a position to where you're out there working, grinding, hustling so you can pay the bills to put yourself in a better position.
Hmm.
I think that's something that a lot of artists need to hear, so they'll know it's okay to get a job.
Oh yeah, it's cool, man. I,
It's
res- I respect people doing that, being on their grind. 9 to 5, however you got to get it. You know what I mean? Because I'm a person, I'm an independent person as well. So I respect that more than you looking for a handout or you just not pursuing your shit because mom and pops ain't helping you or you ain't getting help. In that area, you just going out to get it. So I agree.
Yeah, definitely. It's like, so commend you on that one. Now you working in the studio.
Yeah.
How is it having a studio as a full-time job? Like, what exactly do you do?
Yeah, nah, it's crazy because they're really supposed to be for like engineers, to like kind of like transition to basically be like an engineer for the studio. So, man, just from the equipment, what I mean, just keeping that up to date, making sure all like the mics are all good, make sure all the guests are accompanied well and they have everything that they need as well. It's a really expensive studio, so you gotta just make sure that it's running properly. You know what I mean? Basically, the keys are on us. So, we got to open the studio, of course, just make sure it's presentable, make sure that shit look nice. But, after that, you really just shoot. I be in the booth sometimes, you know what I mean? Or shit, you having good conversations with folks because folks see you every day. So you seeing the same people. So I'm a conversationalist, so eventually it's gonna turn to, man, what you on? Like, what you be doing? So,
Oh, absolutely.
yeah, that's the thing. It's just networking, man. It's really just networking and making sure the P's and Q's is cool with the studio. So, that's stress free right there.
Stress free.
Yeah.
And you brought us some songs too, so we go
Yes.
check out a couple of these tracks that you got.
All right, bet.
Let's see. So Arizona to California, comparing like where you're at sonically, like, so do
Yeah.
you think like you've elevated sonically since you've been in California? Like, do you see any differences in your personal growth as an artist, like in your music?
Yeah, definitely. I think you got to go through experience to give content. So I think at the end of the day, me going through different experiences and having to kind of be by myself or with my brother, it gives a different perspective. I think sonically, I'm always trying to push myself. I consider myself a lyricist, but also a hit maker at the same time. So you always gonna get those lyrics because that's just what I grew up on. My uncles, so they always play that quality shit for me. Like what you saying, like what you really talking about. But on top of the production always got to be hard. So my brother's my producer. He's my main engineer. So we're getting our sound together. You know what I mean? Trying to kind of make that pack clear where they're like, oh snap, this is a Prodigy mix and Jordan raps, Jordan official raps. You know what I mean? It's gonna be so consistent that they already know the vibe, they know the quality. So it's just really just being persistent. That's
So yeah,
really
you
what
on
it
your
is.
brand, and I think that's dope that
Yeah.
you and your brother are working together, because like a lot of people, once they get on and they start to elevate, they leave their family behind. So just to
Mm.
see like you got such a cohesiveness with you and your brother, and you guys are taking this next step together, and you guys are building together, like that's commendable. The
Yeah.
last person that like I really recall in the music industry that I really rock with, that made it a family thing, honestly, was Master P. Like dead ass. Like when you
Ah.
think about like a whole family thing, like
Mhm.
it was him, the brothers, the son, like
Mhm.
the whole family. No Limit was a whole family, and
Yeah.
he was a staple in a rap community, and he valued family. So
Type.
just like
Yeah.
thinking about values and stuff, like that's super commendable that you out here putting family first. Because a lot of people, they be like, fuck the fam, where my friends at? And then the friends take your bitches.
Yeah, man. Nah. Shout out
Take
that
your
nigga,
bitches,
man.
fuck up the money, undependable, want to be, the first person like in the mix. They want to be at all the concerts, at all the VIP tables, but their support level isn't there, and like a lot of
Yeah.
people don't have your best interest at heart. So that's super dope.
Yeah, it's cool because he's an engineer. So a lot of families they be wanting to be the rapper too, and I think that's where the conflict. They want that limelight. They want that type of atmosphere. So for him being basically like an engineer, it's like I feel like it's a whole different vibe because like he got his world over here that I know a little bit about, and then same thing with me, with the rapping shit. So it's cool. We don't step on nobody's toes. You know what I mean? I be letting him do his thing, but yeah, we definitely a 1-2 combo.
For sure. So you brought us a Soul Child freestyle.
Yeah.
Tell us about that track. Like, what inspired that? Where'd that come from?
Man, it's crazy. That was probably one of the first songs I made when I came out to California. We had found the beat. My brother had showed me. And I was like, yo, this is, this is, because, Volume 2 coming out tonight, 10 o'clock. So,
Oh shit!
yeah,
Volume two.
Volume
Volume
2.
two.
Yeah.
Tonight.
We live. So, that Soul Child freestyle was just me on my cocky shit, but just on another level. You know what I mean? Riding that type of beat and that type of wave that, of course, is popular now, but letting you know I still got my own flow. Just letting them know, like, we getting to a point where, everybody know my shit fire. Everybody know my shit hot
Yeah.
at this point. So it's just like, I'm basically talking about that, just like my consistency. Also talking about pushing myself, of course, musically, getting into this next era of this Jordan official shit. So yeah, Soul Child freestyle.
So let's get into this Soul Child freestyle.
Yeah.
Hey, official drop every time they like, oh, damn. How many times he gon' do that shit again? Try to contest, nigga, meet me at the rim. Trey sent the new fitted, take the stickers off the brim. You know the drink of choice, baby, take another sip. Grew up in a broken home, watch my steps, I don't slip. They say I rap too much, I can hold it in. But if I hold it in, these checks gon' start rolling in. ATG rolling in. Thought I had a cane where I was strolling in. I belong on stage, official on the podium. Saw coming every day, I can smell the sodium. They ain't think I was gon' make it, I just laugh, say so to him. And him, and her, and them. Pray y'all ain't betting with that intuition. Fucking listen, prime time. Beats by Ashton. I know when he hear that shit and see we made it classic. Been a soul child, spits everlasting. In the city, home of the magic. Twan pull up in that GT, play volume 2 for him. Said, nigga, this your 3P. I know I'm looking at you, but these rat niggas can see me. Keep on running your route, please believe it. Gotta see it for yourself before you get niggas to see it. Deep down, I feel it proceeded. You dropped out of college quick. Personally, I didn't need it. Could've did it if I wanted. I just really did see it. On the music, what I needed. Had to calculate it, gave it treatment. God serious, treated that shit as a business. Jay, when there's something in my head, switch that day. Had to get realistic. World gotta hear it. Only real niggas gon' feel it. Prime time. This at 08 Jeff Hardy Swan time. 13 game 6 Heat Bron. Soul child freestyle, no rom-com. Official always in style, got that road on. White flag waving, asking what I do wrong. Niggas know what they did, I ain't had to speak on it. No names in they verse, knowing they gon' geek on it. We can talk face to face, we can throw some heat on it. Wait, Ashton got this beat going. Official about to get his moment. Where this beat going, official got a moment. Yak moment, hit the Kodak, we just in a moment. Real shit, give me a moment. So, at the V2, we testing out different shit. Pushing myself and musically out benefit. Staying in the pocket too long, it gets stagnant quick. Well, I got my own sound, fine tuning it. Prodigy made one producing it. Checked in the game, so let's do the shit. 40 rep made a whole song, go ahead, Google it. Growing pain, shit beautiful, let myself room to grow. This is Soul Child freestyle from the soul.
Yeah. Soul Child freestyle.
Ango, it's like, it's Jordan.
Oh yeah, everybody know that tag.
So when you say ATG, do everybody know what ATG is, or do you have to explain that to them?
Man, I think by now niggas know what it is, man. They know about that Against the Grain, man. All the guys, all the gang, always thank God, always thank grind. You know what I mean? Shout out all the dudes at ATG. But yeah, everybody know that. That's who I be with. So y'all see it on it. Come on now, y'all can see it. Let me see if y'all can see it. There we go.
Oh yeah,
it's all tatted on me, man. Y'all see it on the forum. So yeah, they know what ATG is. But if you don't, Against the Grain, all the guys, my collective that I'm with, you know what I mean? Do a lot. Got some niggas that hoop. Got some niggas that do music. Got some niggas we do clothing. So, you know what I mean? Shout out ATG. Got some clothes coming out soon, too.
Yeah, and I'm a size small in
you getting a pack.
Shirts and hoodies.
Of course.
I like size medium. Like, yeah, I'm not size between, like, small and medium, but, like, I prefer small because, like, medium kind of look too big and sloppy. And I don't think, like, women should wear clothes that look too big. But that's a whole nother conversation. Like, even if you a stud, I think that you should kind of like present yourself well and just not come outside looking any old type of way because like niggas don't look like a clown, so you shouldn't either. But
like, fair game,
like,
you know what I mean?
Like a lot of these little lesbian girls be coming out here looking like they stole their older brother clothes and shit. I'm like, oh no,
nigga wearing the hand-me-downs,
baby, no. Like real dudes don't dress like that. Like I like when the dude has clothes on that actually fit his body.
Yeah,
like,
shit gotta be fitted.
Don't
you
be
feel
no
me?
size 32 in the waist and walk around in no size 36 pants.
This ain't no foe no more, man.
No.
Take them shits out.
No.
Young Joe looking niggas.
Yeah.
Not
at all. Not at all. So, like, LA is, like, super different because I go out to LA a lot to visit, like, some of my people, to go to concerts and just vibe and wiggle out there. But fashion, so that's like to get into fashion because you've always been a pretty fly guy in Arizona. So like out in LA, like you think your flyness has increased?
Oh, of course. You know what I mean? A lot more options. You feel me? It's like a couple stores out here. If you ain't got the store, you better know somebody that knows somebody. So, it's real different out there too, man. Everybody got their own style out there. Out here, you can see like 10 niggas almost in the same fucking fit. You be like, damn,
like,
nigga.
oh shit, I should have changed clothes.
Right.
Why did I wear this in that same clothes, same club? Like, look like y'all was twins and shit.
Yeah, it should be like no identity, but out there, man, everybody kind of got their own wave. You know what I mean? You got niggas with the baggy gear, niggas got the 70s gear. You know what I mean? Niggas shit do the vintage clothing. Niggas be, like, white teed up. You know what I mean? It's kind of like whatever, but
I love LA fashion.
Yeah,
and,
LA
like,
be cool.
The food trucks, like I'm one of those, like I will not really eat at food trucks like that, but in LA I will go looking around for taco trucks. Like,
yo, we just had a taco truck before we came out here, bro. That shit be hitting.
Like LA taco trucks be the ones. Like you can't go wrong with taco trucks.
Can't
in
go
LA.
wrong.
Only thing I don't like about LA is though walking through downtown and you spending all that money for rent and have to smell piss. Like,
man,
I could do with that. Like
pee.
downtown is smell pissy as hell. Like it's too expensive to walk outside and smell like piss. But like once you get in your building, like the amenities and like everything is immaculate. But like shit, I want to go outside too. Like you go outside and the concrete look pitch black and shit, looking like
Yeah.
asphalt and shit. Like that's like the downside of
See,
that.
yeah, cause your ass go to like Scottsdale, Paradise Valley, like you know what you gonna expect. It's gonna be cool when you walk outside. It's gonna be pretty much matching whatever you got inside. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? They
but
gonna try
like
to keep it up.
they be trying to. Yeah, that's I hate that shit.
The
But
homeless shit out there is crazy too, nigga. Nigga,
man,
shit look like Tent City.
homeless
Sheriff
is a
Joe.
one of my homies was telling me how homeless is a hustle in LA, and she was basically telling me like how you really only see homeless people in the touristy parts of Los Angeles because they know people like us that's gonna come through and have a good heart and give them money and feed them and stuff. But like on the like in Baldwin Hills and
Mm.
Beverly Hills and Brentwood and places like that, you really don't see homeless people like in those areas. And she was telling me how like they have all these benefits. So one day I was just walking through downtown LA and I'm just looking at all of these billboards and signs like,
Mm.
and you seeing all these signs that's popping up that's saying like, we'll take you off the streets if you get clean, and uh, advertisements for housing and all this stuff. And I'm like, bro, like they have so many programs for homelessness,
They do
and
though.
they automatically get food stamps because they're homeless.
Mhm.
And it's all about the mindset and the mentality. And like I've seen some interviews like street interviews that people do, and they found this one dude in Hollywood, and he had built like a tiny home, and he had put
I
it
know
on
what you
some
talking about. I seen
wheels.
that shit
He
too.
put on some wheels and he rolled up his rolled his tiny home. He had like a little generator for his electricity,
Don't sleep on them tents
like
now.
from that he was taking from the streets and shit. And so it was like, damn, like if you have that much drive and you're that innovative, like just
Yeah.
imagine what you could do in terms of productivity, in terms of working. Like you
Mhm.
could have your own company. You could like build tiny homes. You could, you know what I'm saying, for
Mhm.
the homeless people and like these encampments and stuff that they're building up. So just like knowing that like some people straight out say they'd rather be homeless because they don't want to have to pay bills. They want to live free. And a lot of stuff that you can do when you're homeless you can't do in the crib. Like unfortunately, like drugs is a big thing. It's huge, and
Yeah.
you can't just be in certain people properties doing drugs living like that.
Right.
You get evicted,
Yeah.
and so on and so forth. So some people use homeless as a hustle, but like for those who are like strictly are homeless because they fell on hard times and shit like
Mhm.
that, like I feel worse for those than the people who choose to like have the help out there and turn it away. Like I saw where I think it was like in Sacramento, they was cleaning up like this big ass homeless encampment, and they were basically trying to rehome the homeless,
Mhm.
and a lot of people was just turning down the help. And so like right now we got all of the immigrants coming in and they're getting precedent over the homeless people, and so it's making me look like, well, maybe if y'all would have got off the y'all ass and took
Cause
these
they more
places
hungry.
when people were giving you a place to stay, then it
Mhm.
wouldn't have been on the table, for the non-American citizens. So it's and then now the homelessness is starting to stretch into Phoenix. Like I've been here for a while myself, and I've never seen homeless to this capacity that it's been over the past couple of years. Like, and I live like near the Biltmore area, so where you probably shouldn't see homeless people when you
Really?
step
Yeah,
outside
not
your house.
Biltmore.
And I was just like, what the hell is going, like I had to
Damn.
look at the street signs to see where I thought I lived at. Like I was like, I had to let me check my address, let me check my GPS to make sure that I didn't go the wrong way. And it's just gotten real bad
Yeah, it's
because
just
like
becoming a big problem, man. Honestly.
it's a huge problem. So we have done some things with Diamond District LLC, where we feed the homeless, where we're
Shout
doing
out.
clothing drives and stuff like that, so we can try to give back. We actually have a sobriety thing called Sober Night AZ, where we host sober events once a month for
Okay.
people that's recovered, going through recovery, people who just don't partake in drugs and alcohol, to provide them a clean, safe space to have fun in a sober way. So
Right.
we have a sip and paint tomorrow. It's a sober sip and paint.
Shout out.
So
Sober Sipping Paint. Pull up.
yeah, we got two drink sponsors, Athletic Brewing Co. and RSRV Collective. They supplied all of the drinks, and they're real popular in the NA beverage world. So
Mhm.
all of the drinks are included, and we actually sold out that event. So if you ain't get your ticket, you ain't getting in there. I'm sorry, but
Sorry.
it's sold out.
Sold out.
Sold out. If you want to volunteer and work the event, that's probably the only way you getting in the door. So if you want to volunteer, reach out to me, because we do have spaces for volunteers.
Shout
Um,
out. Shout out.
we got some more heat from you. Emotional tap out.
Yeah.
What's that about?
Man, I was going through a time. I think any artist goes through a time where you feel like the support that you should be getting, is not equaling out to what's actually happening. So, I think I got to a point where I was just tapped out, feeling like that. You know, I feel like why I gotta put pressure on niggas and to support like if the shoe was on the other way, nigga, I'd do it without even blinking. You feel me? Like, you know, so I just kind of got tapped out in that world, and just kind of, you know, just wanted to write about it, you know, and then, you know, it's not about anybody specific, but you know, it was just more like I'm gonna start just doing me, and if you follow suit, you gonna follow suit, and it's gonna be all right. So yeah, emotional tap out.
And it's gonna be alright. It's gonna be
Niggas gon'
alright.
fake flags, bitches gon' act out, we still got our head down. Niggas gon' fake flags, bitches gon' act out, we still got our head down. Friends gon' want cloud, emotional tap out, I'm just jotting this shit down. Hours be clocked in, no other option, I'm my own competition. Yeah, I'm my own competition. Gotta do it next day, better niggas trippin'. Up at 8 the other day, tomorrow up at 16. Writing hits down my wrist, I don't know what twitching. Yeah, the beats bang, but I show everyone the rhythm. Sitting on the phone, getting grown. Hope she never trip about the evils on the phone. On safari, but I know she need a chrome. Got a rap nigga, she gon' need security just to stroll. Brick by brick, man, niggas don't know. I talk shit cause I back up more. You try, yeah, but you ain't maxed out like we is over here. Moment came, we never scared. Watch how they act now. Was clapping in the front, now they fading in the background. Go and get comfortable where you at now. While official gon' get the whole city on the map now. Niggas gon' fake flex, bitches gon' act out. We still gotta head down. Friends gon' want cloud, emotional tap out. I'm just jotting this shit down. Hours be clocked in, no other option. I'm my own competition. Yeah, I'm my own competition. Gotta do it next day, better niggas trippin'. Wine raps down makes me reminisce of months. Still in the present, more people I gotta touch. I ain't say I grew up rough, but being in your head alone could be enough. Cried so many times in my room, allergies covered it up. In a piece what I was craving, still listening to junk. Tap out, I done had enough. Tapped out on the fake energy and then playing tough. Tapped out on the past and when I be showing love. Tapped out if you only tryna hang out in the clubs. In the stew tryna get these hits up. Gotta get this lick, bruh. Stay on that side back, come you ATG'd up. Leech on, keep it playing slick, talk that Uncle Leon. I make them pay for every beat that I breathe on. They see top pick and always tell me keep going. Drop that LA Grammys, gon' see Tiffany. So niggas gon' fake flex, bitches gon' act out. We still got our head down. Friends gon' want cloud, emotional tap out. I'm just jotting this shit down. Hours be clocked in, no other option. I'm my own competition. Yeah, I'm my own competition. Gotta do it next day, better niggas trippin'. Niggas trippin'.
That shit fire.
Thank
That
you.
shit fire.
Yes, yeah. No skips on this volume 2, man.
I
That's all I'm gonna
appreciate
say.
good music, quality music.
You already
And it
know.
dropped tonight. Volume 2, it drops tonight.
All platforms.
Tonight,
You feel me?
all platforms. Make sure you follow Jordan on social media. Where can they find you at?
Yeah, you can follow me, Jordan official _ ATG on IG. Y'all can tap in. I got a lot of good content on there. TikTok, everything else the same. So it's gonna be Jordan official _ ATG. And then yeah, make sure y'all follow my engineer too, my brother Prodigy. So it's gonna be PRODI _ J dot. So yeah, go ahead and tap in with him too as well.
So follow Jordan Official and Prodigy for more fire content, more dope ass music with a good mix. That's important. A good song with like a mix that you can actually rock to and listen to, and you can actually hear what's going on. Like, I appreciate that. Thank you so much for stopping by and fucking with us. Icon Radio, respect the underground. Dymond studied with pop, politics, and culture, and we got Jordan ATG, and we out.
Yeah.